So Krishna's that way. He's an autocrat. This is the meaning of being a transcendental autocrat. He's a dictator. He's really a spiritual dictator. If someone's a dictator, I say, listen, this is my kingdom. Everything goes according to what I want. Oh, but what about us? Hey, out. Either your head's off or you're out of here. So Krishna's like this. He's such a dictator. He's so demanding. You have to become an absolute spiritual slave. Because actually, when you analyze it, there's only two choices. Either you're a slave to your senses, or you can be a slave to Krishna. You can be Krishna's slave or a slave to your senses. Slave to the genitals, slave to the eyes, ears, nose, skin, touch. It's all slavery. The soul is a slave. The soul is a serving unit. The Atma is a unit of service. Service means slavery. Oh, I'm independent. I want my freedom. I want my independence. Acha. Where's the independence? No one has ever been independent. No one has ever been free. I don't want to surrender to Krishna. I want my freedom. Free to be a slave to your body. Free to be a slave to your senses. What's his freedom? Is a slave free? And free the slaves. Abe Lincoln, free the slaves. The slave he's owned by the master, and he's controlled by the master, and he does what the master says. That's a slave, right? He's owned by the master, he's controlled by the master, and he does whatever the master says. Is it right? So the Atma, entrapped in the material body, is a slave. He does whatever the body says, he's controlled by the body, and he serves the body day and night. So we're a slave of the senses and body. And then someone says, well, why don't you be a slave? And then what do you get from that slavery? You don't get much pay. You get a happiness? Oh, a drop. And you get old age, disease, and death. That's the result of your slavery. But Krishna says, hey, come be my slave. I'm a compassionate dictator. Your body is not a compassionate dictator. Your body is a mean dictator. Krishna is also a dictator. So we can be Krishna's slave and be under his dictation, but he's compassionate. He's a sweet dictator. And the body is a sour dictator. Is it right? You have to gradually realize this. Saying is okay, but becoming enslaved by Krishna. Krishna, do you want to know what bhakti means in a nutshell? Krishna, whatever you want, that's what I want. And nothing more and nothing less. This is bhakti. It's easy to write down. Very, very easy to write down. Write it on your forehead, right on the back of your palm with it. What is bhakti?
My t-shirt was open.
Bhakti means, what is it?
Whatever Krishna you want.
Bhakti means to fully accept and embrace the principle. Krishna, whatever you want, that's what I want. Nothing less and nothing more. But as soon as but I want, then it's mixed up. But Krishna just can I have a little? No, tone, because he's a dictator. The slave says, oh master, can I have just one day off? No. This is frightening proposal. But the thing is that the slavery of Krishna, becoming Krishna's slave, is so frightening. But at the same time, we're completely entrenched in the slavery of our body and mind and senses, 24 hours a day. Now sleep, now eat, now do this, now fight, now defend, now argue, now do this. Oh, you remember, now blah blah. It's God, we're just slaving. The soul is just being whipped. The soul is being whipped, literally whipped by the senses. The senses are whipping us. Think like this, act like this, speak like this. Oh, she said this. Well, I'll do that. You do this to me, I'll do that to you. You cut me, I'll cut you. This, that, other thing. And there's no sweetness. It's always clinching. But Krishna's slavery is poison in the beginning and nectar in the end. Krishna's telling the Gita. When one comes in the path of yoga, especially bhakti yoga, it's poison in the beginning, nectar in the end. Ashlishyava paratam panashtamam adarshanam mamatam korotu va yata tata va vidadantu lampato mad prana natasu sa eva naparaha. Oh Gopinath, oh Vrindavan Nath, I don't know anyone else. You are my Lord. You're the Lord of my pran. Mat prananatas, not mat prananath. You're my prananath. Tu sa eva naparaha. Aparaha, naparaha, aparayam. There's nobody else. And as I move closer to you, as I get to know you, I find out that you are actually very, very sweet and compassionate dictator. One of the best. One of the best dictators I've ever met. Because you're not an autocrat, you're a transcendental autocrat. And that's the difference between you and every other dictator in this world, including my body and senses.